Now, for my own safety, I've started recording again because, like, this is a suspect as fuck scene, like, that is unfolding before me, man. So I've gone to the police station today, not only told them I'm a serial killer and that, blah, 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 blah. Man, I'm currently working for MI6 in relation to an international crime syndicate that's actually got its footholds in local government. That's legitimately what I'm doing. I'm currently liaising with ASIO. I was like, man. Anyway, so I pulled up at my bus stop and, like, I was like, yeah, sure. I was just like, that's Greek as fuck. Anyway, don't mind Ellen DeGeneres getting away in her fucking, like, little French fucking castle over there. Alright, anyway, long story short, I'm currently going out to fucking my mate Kevin's fucking mum's laundromat to talk to some very serious people about some seriousness. Anyway, as I promised I wouldn't tell anybody anything. But man, long story short, if I do have to flip the camera on tonight in relation to the ongoing matters, like, we know why. I've literally gone back into the police station today and I just to clarify, I've been touched as a little boy. Oh dude, not only was I touched as a little boy, man, I was actually anally raped at least twice over the course of the last 5 years. Okay? Raped. Whilst under the protection of the Australian or South Australian government, all right? These guys are meant to be defending me and looking after me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, right? So I've gone to the police station. I've had to file a report against the fucking acting fucking like manager of fucking the High Street Centre, which is meant to be my housing coordinator. The reason why is his refusal to pass on certain information to the appropriate government bodies. He only has to fucking forward my referral to the Street to Home program, and it like would have saved me from being on the street for the last fortnight and having been like at the hands of, well, these groups were, or who and are these groups. I'm going, man, I've been hiding out in a variety of fucking like crazy places and I haven't been able to tell anyone where the fuck I am. I haven't had any friends. I haven't had any contact with anyone. Man, how the fuck am I even meant to like be continuing to get this story out, which obviously they don't want, in relation to, remember my like apartment, my last one getting raided the day after I dropped my first clip, stating that my father had been selling large quantities of speed to the South Australian government, like large quantities of speed. And man, I was like, man, it's obvious that housing don't want to give me fucking hand, like Julie Berry and the rest of that fucking inner circle of the housing estate. That's fucking hilarious. I was like, man, it's obvious that housing estate don't want to give me any help. My father's father was the first cunt, had the first contract for housing estate, doing all the inner city housing trusts, all the ones on Whitmore Square, all the inner city housing trusts, all the Salvation Army buildings. My father's father did all the fucking, like, all of the renovations, all the paint and plaster on all of those buildings. So you don't think that he's mates with the fucking housing trust, which are the guys who gave him the fucking government contracts. All right. And then my father worked for him after that. All right. So I've gone in there after having the fight with my father, putting the charges in on my father for fucking, like, maybe having fucking knocked a couple of people off for the Italian mafia. And then, like, obviously having been attacked by the dude with the axe, having been threatened again today by more of these fucking Italian cunts, having my bank accounts closed, which, as I said, like, my, auntie's, like, fucking was the secretary to the CEO of Commonwealth Bank on King William Street. Like, it's kind of obvious, isn't it? Like, these cunts are gunning for me hard. So I've gone into the police station, gone to report it. I've reported on half a dozen occasions, and it hasn't been until today that they're still following up and doing further investigations. This is not a word of a lie. Like, I've taken audio and recordings. Nobody is listening to me. Like, I've gone into these government services. I've been down the hospital. I've been down the psych wards. I've been everywhere else. I'm not crazy. This is legitimately the way the South Australian government is handling my case. And they're refusing to take my statements, and they're refusing to enforce the law as is written in the fucking, like, mate, it's unconstitutional what the South Australian government is actually doing at the moment. Like, seriously. Anyway, long story short, I've got like an appointment with Stacey Carter & Co. on Thursday, and I'm dropping the payload. I was like, man, I'm going to lay it all on her clean, and I'm going to see what her opinion is and how we're going to follow suit from this. But until then, wish me luck. I'm just hoping that, like, nothing happens to me tonight. Oh man, I'm looking fucked up, man. Like, do you know how hard it is sleeping on the streets? Sleeping on the streets at the moment is rough as fuck for me. It's really hard. It's taking it out of my body, and it's taking it out of my soul. Like, this has broken my heart down into itty bitty little pieces. Like, I feel like less of a human being. I've been degenerated, constantly. This has been a 10-year battle now. 10 years since I've been fighting to vindicate my name, since having the first, like, mental health stigmas labelled on me. And, like, having the first fucking lot of charges pressed on me, the first lot of charges that pressed on me were in relation to me taking the rap for a fucking stolen car. My ex-girlfriend's best friend's fucking, like, charges, mate. And then he went on to cheat, she went on to cheat on me with that man. And I still haven't actually physically or in any way done anything about this or any of these people. And they keep going, well, sucked in. Like, I'm the one to blame or I'm at fault, man. I'm like near despair. This is fucked up, man. Anyway, I don't want to break your hearts, but like, as I said, like, hopefully I can get change. Like, I even like made sure they closed all the gaps with all the appropriate government services, man. There's actually absolutely no fucking like loopholes or anywhere, any cracks for anyone to fall into with any of these government services. There's an appropriate program in place for everyone of every demographic from every background in this state. And they're refusing me the help. They're refusing me the government programs that I've actually gotten approved through my fucking efforts, man. Last time I took this to social media, I ended up getting a story on Channel 2. There's a fucking 45-minute Four Corners episode in relation to homelessness in South Australia, where I was featured and I did a 4-hour fucking interview with the fucking with them in relation to the abuse they faced on the streets. And that was the only reason why last time Housing SA came to some senses that, a person that is on a disability mental health pension in relation to, the post-traumatic stress, ADHD and fucking mild autism, like, big deal, I'm on the spectrum. Anyway, like, I'm a special boy. I'm a special boy that deserves to be loved. Why won't anyone love me? I'm cute enough. Am I not pretty enough? Is it because I'm sad and lonely? Am I not worthy enough? I don't know, man. I'm actually currently sitting on the sidewalk, which I know doesn't depict fantastic mental health, but I'm like broken as fuck. I don't know where to go. I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to try and make the most of it, man. As I said, I'm going to just try and make the most of it. It is what it is, man. Like, hopefully they confront me a fucking week's worth of accommodation, especially in relation to the fucking travesty is that of them bungling my fucking housing case at the moment. Who knows? Best wishes to me. Peace and love, guys. I hope you guys are all well. I love you all. I hope you're all having fantastic lives. Best wishes.